Yeah, right there. That's good. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to Marcus Pavilion here in Lacey, Washington for NCAA Division II women's basketball. My name's Scott Gladstone. Alongside me is Sean Wally. We're here to bring you the contest between the visiting Western Oregon Wolves and the home side for tonight's contest, the St. Martin's Saints. Let's talk about the visitors, Western Oregon first. Both of these teams started with 0-2 in conference play. They lost to Central Washington and Northwest Nazarene. Western Oregon, however, a team that the Saints are familiar with because they're kind of those travel buddies, and they opened the season with the kind of tournament two-day tip-off classic here at Marcus Pavilion. Western Oregon emerged 2-0 from that tip-off classic, and a big reason why they started off the season so well is because of their returning depth and, just a lot of players that have been around before.
Western Oregon, definitely, you said it, Scott. They have a lot of returners. They have a lot of junior, senior leadership on this club. The McClave sisters, you've got Princey doing great things, great coaching on the Wolves side. So it's time for GNAC basketball. This is why you practice. This is why you put in the two-a-days. This is why you do all the work to get right and get ready for conference play.
Yeah, on the other side, the St. Martin Saints, they've had 3 weeks off. It was December 10th here at this gymnasium when they put up 101 over Evergreen State. It was first time that they had scored over 100 points in a regulation game since 2001, I believe. So an explosion, unlike a lot of fans here in St. Martin says they have ever seen before on offense. A big part of that, a 30-point outing from Angel Galbraith. She was named GNAC Player of the Week. She had 9 assists, 6 steals, a lot of defense leading to offense. And Kiana Rios was right behind her with 28 points, including a ton of 3 balls. Other than that, it's kind of been different players stepping up on different nights when the Saints have done well. What do you look for, especially from Angel Galbraith, to lead the way?
That rest they've had since the 10th, a blessing in disguise, Scott, because definitely that's going to help them get right physically and mentally as well. But also, do you lose a little bit of that cohesiveness and knowing exactly what the other person's going to do, where your teammate is on the floor, because you haven't been out there in roughly 3 weeks as we get set to kiss 2022 goodbye.
Yeah, happy New Year's Eve to everybody. We will be all here all night taking you into the new year with a men's basketball game after this. Sean, we're going to take a quick break. We'll see how things shake up with the national anthem and the starting lineup. We'll be right back to give you NCAA Division II women's basketball from Marcus Pavilion.
5'10", sophomore, number 13 is Anna McClay. A 5'3", senior, number 22, Princely Hall. And a 6-foot senior, number 33, is Amber Winkler. The Lord is coached by Holly Howard, Carter, Katie Gerton, and Kellen Takasuka. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get on your feet to meet the Saints. Five-five juniors from Vallejo, California, number 1 is Angel Galbraith. 5'9" freshman from Warren, Washington, number 20 is Kiana Rio. 5'10" sophomore from Pullman, Washington, number 22 is Ryan Slater. A 6'1" junior from Meade, Washington, number 30 is Emily Nelson. And a 5'9" redshirt sophomore from Irvine, California, number 44 is Lauren Norris. The Saints coached by Ms. Christy Martin, assisted by Jared Stottlemyre, Ken Camp, Chris Henry, and Jay Sullivan.
Back here after the starting lineups are read, we are just about ready to close the book on 2022, but first we have 2 more basketball games to enter into the book. Starting lineup for both sides, if you were not paying attention during that last starting lineups, it's Callie McClave as well as her sister Anna McClave. For Western Oregon, Erica Glenn, as well as Princey Pa'alui-Kolk and Amber Winkler. Tip was jumped higher and got the tip on it was Winkler, but it goes to Galbraith, who gets it to her teammates, and they will take the first possession. Inbound pass to Emily Nelson, who is fouled, and she rolls up over on her left ankle. Go through the St. Martin starting lineup. It's Angel Galbraith, Kiana Rios, Ryan Clear, Emily Nelson, and Lauren Morris rounding out the starting 5 for the hometown Saints. The opening foul was on Amber Winkler, her first, and of course, team first. Inbounds pass goes to Lauren Morris. Another little late contact there. Galbraith with it. Galbraith, she's fouled on her way to the rack, and I mentioned it after a 30-point outing against Evergreen State, but the thing that gets her a lot of points is the fact that she's able to go to the free throw line. She's attempted 69 free throws this season. This will be 70 and 71. The next closest on the Saints, 18. Never mind, it's not a shooting foul, but she still did get fouled as she goes into Kiana Rios. Rios out to Galbraith. A travel called on the Saints point guard.
2 quick fouls on Western Oregon. Just 30 seconds in. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if there's any foul trouble going forward.
Yeah, McClave was called for that second foul on Galbraith, her first. Saints into a 2-3 of sorts. Ball is rotated around. McClave goes back to the other McClave, and the dish will be off to Winkler, who will lay it in. I'll try and keep it as much as Callie and Anna to separate those McClaves. Always tricky when you have similar last names, the same last names on teams. McClave and McClain are not just similar, they're the same. We got a foul on, I believe, Kiana Rios after the missed shot. Kiana Rios is first on the Saints. Just over a minute and 3 fouls already.
More fouls than points.
Hopefully that does not continue, because there won't be much of a team for either side with all the foul outs that would happen. Pa'alui-Kolk with it. She's spinning in the lane. She kicks it out. McClave for 3. That's Callie McClave from downtown to make it 5-0 Wolves.
Callie wide open in the corner. A great find and a better shot.
Galbraith brings it up. She's guarded by Callie McClave. Now over to Ryan Clear, guarded by Erica Glenn. Ball's down to Lauren Morris. It's tipped, and now she has it out by the 3-point line. Take a screen from Emily Nelson. And a travel is called on Lauren Morris. She took some contact there and started to go down, couldn't stop her feet.
To the delight of the Western Oregon bench, all the unofficial wannabe referees on the Wolf bench.
Head coach Holly Howard Carpenter leads the Wolves out here. On the other side, it's Christy Martin, the head coach of St. Martin's. Anna McClave with it to Winkler, then back to Anna McClave, goes in and out. Offensive rebound by Paului Kolk. This time, Callie McClave puts it in. Timeout, Saints with an 8-0 scoreline. 2 Callie McClave three-pointers, making a big difference in the scoreline in the early going. We're going to take a quick break because of this timeout. 7:49 to go. It's 8-0 Saints, or Wolves. Back here, inbound will be coming in from Lauren Morris to Angel Galbraith to get us started. Galbraith will bring it up again. Her last appearance 3 weeks ago to the day. It was a 30-point outing, a near double-double. Would have been the first of the season for the Saints. Came up 1 assist short. But nonetheless had a great game, and it started with defense. 6 steals, most of those coming in the first half. This one's kicked out of bounds.
Saints only have 1 field goal attempt. Conversely, the Wolves already with 4, and they've made 3 of them.
Yeah, turnovers have been a problem for the Saints this season, continuing to be so. This one is lofted up to Ryan Clear. We got 5 on the shot clock. Rios with it. Rios throws it up. Ryan Clear gets it with 3 on the clock, puts it up, misses the shot. Rebound goes to Winkler. She finds McClave for the outlet.
No rebounds yet for the Saints. 3 for Western Oregon.
Winkler with it up top, guarded by Nelson. Now it is Glenn with it, looking for Anna McClave, who will dish it off to her sister. Callie McClave took about 8 steps rather than just the 3 you need to travel. And it is a turnover the other way. Saints ball with 6:59 to go.
Not sure traveling gets any easier to call.
Angel Galbraith bringing it up. Saints setting up an offensive play. Gets it to Rios. Had some space near the three-point line, but she ends up driving it in and putting a shot way off target. And now it's coming the other way.
Wolves another chance to go up double digits early.
Tried to reverse that one in, didn't work. Going the other way now. Galbraith, a little shimmy, shake, and bake. And it's a missed shot out off of Galbraith.
Christy Martin wanted the foul there, didn't get it, talking to multiple officials.
Well, yeah, and I mentioned it when I thought she was shooting free throws. She has a massive amount of fouls called on her when she goes to the rim, partially because of her quickness and her dribbling ability, but also she knows how to sell a foul and did not get any call from the ref there. There's a three-pointer on the way, does not go in. And the rebound is offensive from Winkler, and she puts it up as she reached over Rios to get that offensive board to lead to the second chance point.
Wolves 6 rebounds to the Saints 1, 4 minutes gone by.
Galbraith needs one, and they get it. A three-pointer, Angel Galbraith from downtown.
Good way to get it started with a 3.
This one's looped out. Callie McClave. And it's a blocking foul called on Emily Nelson.
Everything going the Wolves' way nearly halfway through the first quarter.
And we're going to get the near hockey substitution. Oster, Brown, and Shanoa Louie all coming in for the Saints. A young shift now put in. The only sub made is for Western Oregon is Winkler out for Helen Dawkins. One shot from McClave after the and one. Does not go. Rebound Oster. Galbraith, of course, stays out there. During close games, it is pretty status quo for her to play all 40 minutes. There's a block from McClave, but now down the other way, Angel Galbraith steals it right back.
Good defense on both sides. Again.
And again, yeah, another great defensive possession there where I don't think McClave got the steal, but she helped cause it, that's for sure. And now Louis Kolk will float this one in, make it 14-3, double-digit lead for the Wolves.
Western Oregon hot here in the first half.
Only points for the Saints is a Galbraith 3. Since out to Brown. Brown will drive in there. She'll hit Rios. Louis Kolk's been on Rios pretty good in the early going. Hasn't allowed her much chance to fling anything up there. And we're going to get a foul called on the Wolves. Princey Louis Kolk called for the foul. Her first foul, third on the Wolves.
Yeah, Dawkins had the block on the drive, so I was curious who they'd give the foul to, and rightly so, they gave it to Princey on that one.
2 shots for Kiana Rios here. First one's in. Breakout freshman this year. Really got it started when she played up in Bellingham in the Linda Goodrich Classic, where in game 2 of that, she lit up Dominican for 7 3-pointers en route to I believe a 29-point performance. Western Oregon with it. Step back. Can't get the roll. Rebound goes to the Saints. Shanoa Louie gets her hands on it.
Just the third rebound for St. Martin's.
Rios with it. Rios will drive. Put that one off glass. Kiana Rios. She is a multi-level scorer. She can hit the 3-ball really well. We saw that against Evergreen State, but she can also drive, as we've seen the last 2 possessions where she picked up a foul and there put it off glass.
Good quickness by Rios, driving the right side of the lane. Offensive foul on Western Oregon.
Offensive foul for a bad screen, going the other way now. The Wolves still doubling up the Saints at 14-7. Fairly apt that at halftime of the college football playoff, we have a football score simultaneously here in Lacey.
Football, what's that?
St. Martin's, never heard of her. Well, actually, St. Martin's did have a football team at one point. That is long gone. Kiana Rios misses the layup. Rebound, Louis Kolk pushing the fast break. Angel Galbraith can't get a hold of it. And Dawkins ends up losing it out of bounds. And it will be off of the Saints out of bounds. Dawkins hit the floor there, but it was not called a foul.
Yeah, a little surprise there. Obviously, yes, the ball is Western Oregon's, but Dawkins clearly shoved to the floor. No call.
Inbound coming under the basket. McClave to Dawkins. Now back to Anna McClave. And then that one is bounced and goes off of Dawkins' hip out of bounds. That was a good inbounds play drawn up by Holly Howard Carpenter. Just the pass was just in an awkward spot for Dawkins to receive it. Galbraith will bring it up with 3:20 to go in this first quarter, 14-7 contest. Man-to-man defense are the Wolves in. Ooh, they had a backdoor to Rios, but Delayed pass coming in, then Rios tried to go off glass with it. Comes up empty, rebound Winkler. Nearly throws it away. Anna McClave bringing it up. Gets it down to Arzner. Arzner lays it up with her right hand on the left side, puts it off glass for a 9-point lead for Western Oregon. Rios for three, nails it. A big part of the assist numbers from Angel Galbraith is she knows when to find Kiana Rios and exactly where to hit her. Quick coming down the other side, however, but a gaff from Anna McClave, who puts it off her toe.
Rios doing good work for the Saints. She's been under the basket in that last three. Pulling St. Martin's within 6. Now they got to take advantage of the turnover by Western Oregon.
Maya Hatchett-Gross steps onto the court for the first time in this contest. The 5 out there for the Saints is Galbraith, Brown, Hatchett-Gross, Rios, and Shanoa Louie. Hatchett-Gross nearly loses it, ends up spinning around and putting that one, maybe a piece of it, grabbed by Anna McClave. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 6-point lead for Western Oregon. Rios nearly pokes that one away. Arzner gets it back, however. A lot of dribbling, not a lot happening towards the rim. Here's a drive, then a kick. Winkler, double team. She flips it out. Ends up with an open three-pointer from Callie McClave, and she nails it, her third of the game.
You can't leave Callie wide open for three. The extra pass found McClave open.
Pretty much everybody else on that possession you would rather have shoot the three than Callie McClave, and here's a foul drawn by Maya Hatchett-Gross.
Callie already has 11 points of Western Oregon's 19.
On the Saint side, they're led by Kiana Rios. She's got 7, the other 3 to Angel Galbraith. Two shots from Hatchett-Gross because the Saints are in the bonus here.
The freshman out of Kennewick, Washington. Southeastern Washington.
First shot can't find its way in. One more shot from Hatchett-Gross, trying to be the first non-Galbraith or Rios to score a point for SMU. Does not happen, and she comes up empty here. Callie McClave brings it up. The McClaves are from Corvallis, Oregon, most notably known for being the home of the Oregon State Beavers. Three-pointer on the way. That's in from Erica Glenn. 22-10 here as a high-scoring first quarter from a Western Oregon squad that has been hard to miss.
The redshirt freshman coming up big for the Wolves.
Galbraith gets it to Hatchett-Gross. He's guarded by Glenn. Hatchett-Gross at one elbow goes to the other one, kicked out to Galbraith. Galbraith now guarded by McClave. She drives in and puts it off glass. Tough shot around Callie McClave, but she gets it to go, cuts the deficit to 10 with 40 seconds left.
Speed, something you can't teach.
This one's kicked out for 3. Allie Harmon goes long, and a foul will be called on SMU. Madeline Brown on the box out was maybe holding the arm of her compatriot. 30 seconds to go, 20 on the shot clock, so there is a 10-second differential between game and shot here to end this first quarter. Inbound goes to Arzner. Shanoa Louie nearly pokes it away. Now she switched on to McClave. Kicked out, Arzner for 3. Arzner too long, rebound Pa'alui Kolk. And now there's a 2-second differential, if that, maybe about 1.5-second differential between game and shot. So Western Oregon will hold for the final shot of this quarter, and Angel Galbraith is called for the reach. That'll reset the shot clock once again, so you can delete the shot clock from your mind in this first quarter. 11.7 to go. Inbound coming for Western Oregon. The Saints do not have any more fouls to give. If they commit a foul, they will send the Wolves to the line. Into Arzner, out to Pa'alui Kolk.
5 seconds left.
Paului Kolk guarded by Angel Galbraith. Screen from Arzner. Shoots over Ryan Clear and gets it to go.
Money.
A buzzer beater to double up what the Saints do in the first quarter. 24-12. We'll take a quick break and see you in the second. Back here, 24-12, the score at the end of the first quarter. The Western Oregon Wolves, pretty much from start to finish, took care of business in that first. Both Galbraith and Rios played the full 10 for the Saints, and there was nobody that played the full 10 for Western Oregon.
62% shooting for Western Oregon, just 33 for the host Saints.
And even when they missed, they had a handful of offensive rebounds too. Arzner, step back.
Ooh.
What a tough shot that was, as we're going to get a rebound from the Saints, but then friendly fire as Ryan Clear runs into Eternity Reed, who's knocked over and called for traveling. Even when you get a break and you get Arzner to miss that one, which seemed like it was destined to go in, things still continue to go on against the St. Martin Saints. Into Arzner, guarded by Reed, and she puts that one in off glass over the lengthy Eternity Reed.
Size of Arzner. Good things coming from it down low for Western Oregon.
Nice pick and roll. Eternity Reed had a wide open layup, and I think
the entire bench jumping up and down, and half of them giving the shooting motion.
Yeah, that one similar as it was an open look for Lauren Morris. She missed it, but Ryan Clear goes up and over McClave to get the rebound and put the putback in. Much needed offensive board for the Saints. That was their first offensive board of the game. McClave floats it, and it's off back iron. Rebound Morris. Galbraith. Guarded by Paului Kolk. It was mostly Callie McClave that guarded her, and then Kiana Rios. Almost automatic from three-point land, it seems sometimes.
Rios now with 10, more than half of St. Martin's points.
Ryan Clear guarding Allie Harmon. Rios definitely one of the candidates for Freshman of the Year in this conference. This one's tipped around, and it will be deflected over into the backcourt by Galbraith, so no over and back called.
5 to shoot.
Shot clock running down. 3, 2. Paului Kolk has no clue. Well, it's a block and then a shot clock violation. Eternity Reed has a lot of length on Paului Kolk and just sent that ball right into the face of Sarah Lammett, her teammate sitting on the bench.
Saints bench very much in this game, trying to get the 5 on the floor, back in it on the scoreboard.
Angel Galbraith, a couple good defensive possessions, and they lead to more offense. They'll get it to Rios and see what she can do, guarded by Anna McClave. Tried to fit it into a tight corner, didn't work, but the Saints retain possession. Now it's Galbraith with it. She drives in, takes some contact, but flips it right to Anna McClave, who gets the steal. Now pushed up by Louis Colt. Kicked out, Callie McClave. A dribble and misses that shot. She's shooting better from three-point land almost, but she'll just get a steal right back. Takes away the ball from Angel Galbraith.
Callie doing it on both ends of the floor.
Now Anna McClave.
Callie McClave versus Rios game so far.
And a lot of those too, and right now Callie McClave is winning the matchup, and so are the Western Oregon Wolves.
What a move.
That was tough to shoot it over. That was Gracie Arnold, the 6'1" freshman, to put it in.
Just going to say that. Just a freshman. Moves looking like a upperclassman, no doubt.
Over Eternity Reedy, we just saw get that block a couple possessions ago. Now Angel Galbraith dialing it up from long range.
Taking notes from the men's team from Thursday night.
Yeah, and if you like good basketball, speaking of the men's team, it's going to be a great nightcap to this doubleheader as the two top scoring teams in the GNAC, Western Washington and St. Martin's, take each other on at the conclusion of this game. That's going to be an exciting one, but we got a good one here with an 8-point lead for Western here midway through the second.
Great pre-funk to whatever you might have going on for the evening of New Year's Eve. Couple of good basketball games here in the GNAC, getting conference play kicked off, or maybe tipped off.
Tipped off as Callie McClave knocks down both free throws, makes it 30-20 here. Or I guess 20-30 if you're reading it on the scoreboard, as we are with the home team first. It would have been really fun if the score would have been 20-23 at one point because of the New Year's flip. Eternity Reed gets it after the pick and roll. She gets it to Lauren Morris, who floats it home.
Morris has been quiet so far in the first half. If she can get hot, help the Saints get back in this game.
Morris so good at that mid-range around the bucket. Louis Kolk. She shoots that one long, misses everything. Rebound Ryan Clear, who then picks up her dribble and gives it to Maya Hatchett-Gross. Behind the back, but she'll pull out of it.
Saints have come up in field goal percentage, now at 47. Earlier they were at 33%.
Hatchett-Gross spinorama, can't get it to go down. Lauren Morris battling for the offensive board, ends up going the way of the Saints. I heard White. I didn't see a point anywhere, but I heard White.
Now the officials are discussing.
And right in front of the Western Oregon bench, so Holly Howard Carpenter and all of her team down there helping the ref signal for it, and eventually they get the call. It will be Western Oregon basketball. I believe it was last touch by Hatchett-Gross.
Interesting, we've only had one timeout. That was in the first quarter.
Yeah.
As we approach halfway through quarter number 2, this fast-paced first half.
Callie McClave with it here. Guarded by Ryan Clear. But switched on all the screens. That's what it looks like it seems to be. Louis Kolk drives with it. Good help defense from Lauren Morris. Kicked out. And the step through, put in off glass. Great move there from Erica Glenn. We've seen a couple good offensive plays from her.
Glenn made the shot, which is great for Western Oregon, but she missed. McClave wide open, top of the key, but hey, 2 points is 2 points.
Yeah, exactly. The way McClave shooting from three-point land, 3 for 4. Maybe somebody you don't want to miss. It is a 10-point lead for Western Oregon. Just under 5 to go in the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Saints Digital Network. Welcome back here. The Saints, they've had some turnovers in the early going, but shooting-wise, especially from distance, they're not doing too shabby as they get it to Ryan Clear on the inbound. She misses a shot from just a couple feet away. Going the other way now for Western.
Saints 4 for 4 from behind the arc. What a move.
And a foul called on Lauren Morris. Angel Galbraith got the steal after Paula Louis-Kolk dribbled it off herself and found Lauren Morris. Lauren Morris creates some space and will shoot 2 shots now after the foul.
Great step around in the lane by Lauren Morris. Morris, the 5'9" redshirt sophomore out of Irvine, California. Free throw, perfect.
Got a full slate of GNAC women's basketball being played around the Northwest. As Morris makes both free throws, cuts the deficit to 8, 32-24 here with 4:40 to go. The only final score we have is out of Burnaby, British Columbia. Alaska Anchorage took down Simon Fraser 86-69 on the women's side. That ball's kicked out, thrown away. Paula Louis-Kolk, 2 straight possessions that ended with a turnover on her accord, and she's going to be subbed out as Ryan Clear's just sitting down at half court. I think she took a bump from somebody. Took her time getting up there. The other matchups around the GNAC, apart from this one, we get Northwest Nazarene at MSU Billings, Central Washington at Seattle Pacific, and Alaska Fairbanks up in Bellingham playing at Western Washington. Foul called on Erica Glenn there. Saints ball on the side.
We all know Western Washington's women's team is really good, of course, playing in the national title game last season. But the way they dismantled Alaska Anchorage on Thursday, I was surprised.
Nice pick and roll laid in by Lauren Morris. 104-51, I think. It was something around there. That is a statement game to start off this real grind of conference play from Western Washington.
You know,
wow.
Ryan McCarthy was not happy with that one.
Three-pointer on the way. Callie McClave misses, and the foul is called on Western Oregon. And it's Peohia Tuivai. I think I got that right. That commits the foul, number 32 for the Wolves, her second.
Saints battled back, just down 6.
Galbraith with it, dribbles through a couple defenders, gets it to Rios, out to Clear now. Clear looking down in the post, but Shanoa Louie doesn't want it. Now Clear dribbles inside, gets it to Louie. Louie can't get it to go. Rios, offensive board, flipped out to Galbraith. Back to Rios. Rios for 3. Won't go, rebound Louie, but she went over somebody's back. Coming the other way now for Western Oregon. Anna McClave will bring it up. Now Callie McClave with it. Cross court, Arsner splashes. More rattle than a splash, but
she knew when that pass was in the air, she was shooting. Dialing long distance.
35-26, Galbraith with it. She drives
in.
Oh,
my.
And she has a foul committed on her. I believe that was on Anna McClave from behind. No, it was on Callie McClave. They're calling her for contact. She was standing in there to take a charge, but really only kind of shot out a hip, I guess, to slow up Angel Galbraith. As I mentioned earlier, Galbraith, the vast lead in free throws taken for the St. Martin Saints. That was number 70 on the season and number 52 that she's made, 74% from the line. Makes both free throws and cuts it to a 7-point game, 35-28. Callie McClave had an opening, but fumbled the ball, and then it was kind of kicked around at the feet enough where it was picked up by the Saints. Angel Galbraith stop, start, continue to go, and get another foul. 2 more shots at the line for Angel Galbraith.
It's the 5th foul of the quarter on Western Oregon, putting the Saints in the bonus. Will help them in the next 2:38 of the quarter as they continue to battle back in this one.
First free throw of this time to the line, put up and in from Angel Galbraith.
Second one.
Yeah, missed, and rebound to Callie McClave. We will take a quick break. It's a 6-point lead for the Western Oregon Wolves. 2:36 to go in the first half. Back here, 2.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Anna McClave with it. McClave finds Glenn. She goes cross court to Arzner, all the way to a wide open Callie McClave, who hits it short. Rebound will be Eternity Reed's before she gets it to Lauren Morris and brings it up herself. Rare to see Eternity Reed bring it up, but there is no Galbraith on the court right now, and a rare sight. Might just mean anarchy for the Saints in terms of their ever-present point guard. There's a travel on Kiana Rios. It's not easy to find the free throws attempted and free throws made leader in the GNAC, but I believe that Angel Galbraith is at the top of the conference in both those categories. She's also at the top of the conference in terms of steals, averaging 2.8 per game. That was a wide open layup, but for some reason Erica Glenn kind of passed it up, tried to flip it reverse, and could not put the finishing touches on it. 1.5 to go in this first half. Eternity Reed with it. She'll pull it out. Set up something on offense. Louis. Out to Ryan Clear. For 3, not going to go. Rebound, Callie McClave.
Missed opportunities both ways.
Great look, and a late whistle will be a foul call, but rightly so, as Kylan Dawkins, way after releasing that shot, took a push from Ryan Clear. And Galbraith's minute of rest for the first half is up. She's back on the floor. Kylan Dawkins, 2 shots. Could put the lead back up to 7. Not on that one. Western Oregon, 2 minutes. They have not scored any points. Dawkins trying to break that streak. Does not do it there, but an offensive rebound from Arzner, and then eventually out. Ooh. That was a tricky one to call for the ref right on top of that because it was rolling out. It was rolling off Arzner, but then Shanoa Louis fell on top of it. But from my perspective, it looks like she fell on top of it when it was already rolling on the red. Nevertheless, signaled to Western Oregon. Drawing up the inbound play to Arzner. Arzner fires it in.
Arzner's been on it here this afternoon in the first half.
Yeah, when she gets her back to basket, she has an arsenal of moves. 8-point lead for Western Oregon. Galbraith with it, guarded by Callie McClave. Cross court, Kiana Rios. Now Morris for 3. She drains it.
Looked good when she let it go. 5-point ball game.
Similar to what we had at the end of the first quarter, about a 8-second differential between game and shot. McClave, turnaround.
Oh, my, count it.
Count it, and the foul. It was not looking for that ref to call anything here on the near side, but she ends up making the call for contact, and it's an and one with 27.4 to go, as Shanoa Louie will sub out in exchange for Emily Nelson. One shot coming for Callie McClave. And now Paula Louis-Kolk will sub in for McClave. McClave with 2 fouls in that first half, so I think that's a smart move from Holly Howard Carpenter to make sure that her star guard doesn't pick up a third before going in the locker room. 40-32. Saints should hold for the last shot here. Galbraith bringing it up. 20 seconds to go in this first half. As 4 players are low right near the baseline. And Angel Galbraith is guarded by Paula Louis-Kolk. Takes the screen from Emily Nelson, floats it up, and it's in and out. Rebound goes to Anna McClave.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Dawkins in the middle. Puts
Count
it in, and it is good. Turned into a last shot for the Saints. That turned into a buzzer beater for Western Oregon. And they were saying that the bucket was good. I don't think they were saying there was a foul there. Dawkins thought she might have got an and one on top of it. And they will discuss to see when that left her hand. They are going to take a look at the replay monitor. We'll bring it to you on the other side of halftime. Keep an eye on the scoreboard to see if it changes at all. But as it stands for now, Dawkins made the buzzer beater. It's a 10-point lead for Western Oregon going into the locker room. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lacey, Washington in the South Puget Sound area here. And we have a good contest for you. First half where Western Oregon, they came out to a screaming start and then held a pretty good cushion most of the way. There is scoring potential on this Saints side. We saw outbursts from Angel Galbraith, Kiana Rios, and Lauren Morris, who have 11, 10, and 9, respectively. But on the other side, it's truly the Callie McClave show. She's got 16 in just over 16 minutes of action, including 3 for 6 from behind the arc. She's just played out of her mind in this first half. And the offensive rebounds and second chance points have also made the difference for Western Oregon. But really, that first quarter, 24-12 outscoring. Callie McClave hit those 2 quick threes. And, Sean, it's been one McClave that's really dominated. The other one has helped, and Western Oregon, 10-point advantage at the half.
Scott, Callie McClave averaging 15.4. She's already above that in one half of basketball. I'm actually shocked to see that she's only shooting 35% for the season.
Yeah, in this first half, 5 for 9 from the field, 3 for 6 from behind the arc, and 3 for 4 from the free throw line as well. The second half will start with Angel Galbraith, and right away, Callie McClave swipes the ball away from the junior transfer. Anna McClave takes it up, kicked out, and Angel Galbraith gets a hand on it, but that's it. Inbound coming for Western Oregon. Leading rebounder in that first half was Anna McClave, as well as Princey Pa'alui-Kolk, who had 4 rebounds each. Backdoor cut, McClave to McClave. A foul will send Anna McClave to the line. Ryan Clear got a piece of her somehow, but got the ball as well.
Bit of a late whistle, too. Well, Scott, you've been around Coach Christy Martin quite a bit in the last few months. What do you think her message was at halftime as her team's down 10?
Well, as Anna McClave makes the first free throw, I think she was not happy with how that first half ended. There was 2 buckets in the final 30 seconds put in by Western Oregon, and so I think the biggest thing is to ask for her players. I know she wants hustle and she wants smarts, and the rest can kind of fill itself in, and she's made that very clear, especially with a young team. But as Callie McClave gets called for her 3rd foul, yeah, I think so. I think that was number 1. Let's play smart. Let's kind of lead with that. And in general, there's probably a lot on let's deal with Callie McClave, and one of those ways is attack her, and that's exactly what they did right there. Kiana Rios went right into her, got the foul, and again, it is Callie McClave's 3rd foul, and she immediately is subbed out. Galbraith inbounds to Lauren Morris. Morris puts it in. So dangerous from around the hoop.
Let's hope Morris had some good Gatorade at halftime, and she can heat up here in the second half. That'd be a big help for the Saints as they're down 10. Should be a kick ball there, and finally there is the whistle.
Took a second. It will reset the shot clock to 20 with 9:04 to go. 11 points now for Lauren Morris to equal the leading scorer for St. Martin's, Angel Galbraith, each with 11. Pa'alui-Kolk drives. That ball is launched across court, and then the dish off. Missed shot, rebound Winkler, and then blocked by Kiana Rios. Lauren Morris received it after the block. The other way, Rios for 3, banks it in.
Shocked me.
Yeah, we had a great angle of that one, and we were like, oh, that was offline. But the glass was Kiana Rios' friend, and the lead is 7 for Western Oregon. Pa'alui-Kolk with it, guarded by Galbraith. Now Arzner, who subbed in for Callie McClave. That ball nearly stolen away a couple times.
Pass
Arzner
it to
gets
herself.
Yep, and then a wraparound pass to Pa'alui-Kolk. Missed rebound goes to the Wolves. Erica Glenn draws a foul on Lauren Morris. Inbound goes to Winkler. They'll set up a play down to Arzner. So dangerous with back to basket. We saw that in the first half, but she just backs up, shoots an air ball. Rebound McClave, and Emily Nelson gets the miss from McClave. Cross-court pass, Lauren Morris, Kiana Rios. Off back iron, rebound Eternity Reed. Rios thought about going for it again. Held off on that one, though. Great pass
Morris
from Galbraith. Misses the shot, but it will be 2 shots for Lauren Morris. Dropping it in there like a quarterback from Angel Galbraith.
Saints shooting just 33% in the first quarter. Dug them this hole they're in, trying to claw back. Did better in the second quarter, 46.2%.
First free throw finds its way home for Lauren Morris. Morris on the season shooting 69% from the charity stripe. 2 for 2. 5-point lead for Western Oregon as the Saints come out well in this second quarter, continuing to try and make up for that first quarter where they were doubled up. Nearly a travel there. And after spinning a couple times, doing a couple rotations, Erica Glenn puts it in with the entire SMU bench shouting for a travel. Kiana Rios with it, goes cross court, Eternity Reed. Reed picks up her dribble. Galbraith with the shot clock down to 10. Looked at Emily Nelson, just didn't put it in a good spot for her.
Got to get it to her quicker in the lane. She was open for a couple steps and then lost it.
20 on the shot clock as Pa'alui Kolk will set up the offense. Under 7 to go in the third quarter. And 1 for Pa'alui Kolk.
I know we're 2/3 of a court away, but that looked like a lot of ball.
Yeah, there was definitely something that stopped Pa'alui Kolk's shooting motion. But from where we were at, looked like hand-on ball. From where the refs were at, they decided it was enough for a foul, and Pa'alui Kolk will convert the and 1. Lead will go back up to 10, just like that. Kind of the story of the second quarter, it seemed, too. Saints would go on a run to cut it to 5 or 6 or 7, and then right back at it, Western Oregon would get it back up to double digits. Ball's down to Emily Nelson. Bullies her way with some space and flips it in.
Nelson and Morris can do good things on the block.
Winkler guarded by Nelson. Arnston nearly pushes off. Arzner, I mean. Right around. This one is missed, but then a rebound. Gets her own rebound as Erica Glenn. Pa'alui Kolk then just truck sticks Angel Galbraith. Whew, yeah. There doesn't get more obvious of an offensive foul than that, as Galbraith put herself in perfect position and then essentially tripping over her own feet and running over Galbraith was Pa'alui Kolk.
Here, have my shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned football at the beginning of this, and that was great if you're a running back, not necessarily if you're playing basketball. 49-41, 6 minutes to go. Both these teams 0-2 in GNAC play, looking for their first win of the conference season, as the calendar will flip at midnight tonight, and then they'll be deep into conference action. Another great dish from Angel Galbraith. Missed, and the ball touches about every player on the court before being collected by Anna McClave.
That's this game in a microcosm right there. Great awareness by Galbraith. The fines, just can't finish.
This one kicked out. Anna McClave, too strong. And it was off of Eternity Reed with Dawkins pestering her from behind.
You have to wonder, how did she fall to Twin Star Credit Union Court? Just I didn't see her trip. I mean, no foul.
It did not hit the rim, so there is no reset of the shot clock. 10 as it's ticking down, and a foul is called on somebody there as Erica Glenn fell to the court because of Eternity Reed. 20 now. The shot clock will reset to 5:24 to go. Dawkins nearly lost it with Galbraith reaching in there. Pa'alui Kolk with it. Good dish from Pa'alui Kolk, but then going through the body was a Saint. And it's Emily Nelson called for her second foul.
It's amazing sometimes how these floor generals see so much. From Galbraith on the Saints end, Pa'alui Kolk on the Wolves end, just amazing job. The vision they have as floor generals, point guards. The last minute wraparound dish.
First free throw good from Dawkins, especially, I mean, Pa'alui Kolk's listed at 5'3". I mean, it's like Russell Wilson or Kyler Murray in there, you know, amongst the trees sometimes, looking around them and seeing. That's how it can feel sometimes, but they look great doing it. 51-41. After two free throws from Dawkins. Rios with it. Drives in, puts it off glass. Yet again, Rios shows she can score from nearly everywhere on the court.
Kiana Rios was a good spark plug in the first half. Let's hope she can get it going here in the third quarter.
Rios has barely even left the floor. Got immediate timeout with 15 on the shot clock, 4:41 to play. It's an 8-point lead for Western Oregon here in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Saints Digital Network. Back here, it is the third quarter. I almost just went into baseball mode. My brain wanted to say it's the bottom of the third inning or something like that, but we are not playing baseball. We got a delay, game warning as Eternity Reed crossed the line on guarding the inbounds pass. Still a little bit of ways from baseball season, but I mean, both baseball and softball for St. Martin's will be getting started in mid-February, playing their opening games down in California.
It's a smart move in February.
Yeah, not necessarily weather, especially what we had over the past couple weeks. Three-pointer on the way from Anna McClave. Missed rebound, Eternity Reed. Eternity Reed, her birthday was yesterday.
You beat me to it. I was trying to find a bucket for Reed and a happy birthday. Belated by one day.
Another dish from Angel Galbraith, but then the rebound after Shanoa Louis missed and she's fouled. We got 9 team fouls in the first 6 minutes of this third quarter. Really haven't been able to get into a rhythm at all because of the constant whistles. Callie McClave will check back in as Pa'alui Kolk is on 3 fouls. On the other side, foul trouble for the Saints as well. Ryan Clear is on 3. Star players for both sides worried about the personal fouls. Galbraith to the rack. She takes some contact.
It's a bit of a body bump.
All the fouls we've got in this third quarter, and that one looked more convincing. Callie McClave with it, with 3 fouls on the court. If she picks up another one, that is danger mode for Hallie Howard Carpenter, especially in this third quarter. Uncontested to the rim. Anna McClave lays it in.
Gotta wonder where the help side was there. I guess there wasn't any.
53-43, 10-point lead. Early in conference play, but both teams begging to win this contest, and Shanoa Louie puts that one in, the bunny from the left lower block. Cross-court pass, just trying to tempt Galbraith into trying to steal that one. She really wanted to, but held off on completely selling out for it. That one's poked away. Last off of Western Oregon. And we're going to get another pause in play. There's been a lot of discussion and referee help with the out of bounds, as Howard Carpenter couldn't believe that call.
Wow.
And that's the second time they've changed an out of bounds from Saint to Wolf. Or I don't know if you're referring to Western Oregon, I don't know if you ever do it in the singular. It's always the Wolves. It's always plural. Kind of like the Red Leafs is always singular with an S on it rather than they're not the Red Leaves. Ball don't lie in the end. It's a missed shot, and it will be Saints ball.
Is there going to be a test later?
Yeah, something like that. Kiana Rios pump fakes. Now she's to the rack and fouled. You have to go and take so much away when she squares up from three-point land, but she can also drive really well. And I think Christy Martin, I remember after the first game we had here, she said she didn't really expect Kiana Rios to be a major contributor. And then in that first game, that scrimmage against Bushnell, she showed a lot. Next thing you know, she's the second leading scorer on the team and a rising star, not just for the Saints, but in the GNAC. Makes the first free throw. Second does not go for her. 7-point lead for the Saints. Western Oregon bringing it up, or for the Western Oregon, and they're bringing it up with 2.5 to go in the third. Callie McClave. High arcing pass in. Dawkins gets it, but then kicks it to Arzner. Arzner with it, guarded by Eternity Reed. Behind the back.
5 to shoot.
Arzner for 3, hand in her
Way
face.
short.
Way short, and a foul on Anna McClave, who bulldozed through Kiana Rios. And we're going to get free throws for Rios now, as both teams are in the bonus.
Saints need to take advantage. We know the last free throw was missed. They've never led in this ball game. St. Martin's been good at getting to 5-6 point deficits. Need to get closer and try to take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Made free throw. Score is cut to 6. Five-point. We've mentioned it. It has not been hard to get here, but to get beyond the 5-point mark, that is where trouble has arisen for the Saints. Western Oregon always able to answer with big buckets once it gets down to this margin. Callie McClave will bring it up with 2:10 to go. Saints in a 2-3 zone right now. Cross-court pass, Arzner, guarded by Reed. Three-pointer on the way and missed. Oster with the rebound. Galbraith brings it up.
Nice job by the Saints. 3 players ready for that rebound.
Galbraith had some space there, but opted not to try and make too much of an offensive move. Dished it off to Morris, then got it back. Now she has it guarded by McClave. Stutter step. Lofts it in. Missed. Rebound Oster. She kicks it out to Rios, but the pass was too slow for Rios to get an open look. And then Rios to the bucket, and a foul, a late whistle after Oster missed that layup badly. She hit the underside of the backboard, and a handful of late whistles here, which neither coach likes. But that one, you got to think the shot was so far off because of some illegal play down low. That's a third foul on Amber Winkler.
Big free throws. Pull the Saints within 3. Now maybe just 4 if she can hit the second.
On the season, Avery Oster.
The freshman out of Golden, Colorado.
7 for 10 from the line, now 7 for 11, but Lauren Morris, a big offensive board, loses the ball to a jump ball, and it will go the way of the Wolves.
Double teamed. You got to pass that ball. Looked like Morris was trying to go strong and go back to the rack. She didn't have the numbers. It's good as a turnover right there.
No man's land solo. It's actually a 1-3-1 zone that the Saints are in. That ball was lost briefly, but got back by Arsner. Looks inside, finds McClave, but it gets away from McClave. Now up to Rios. Rios is going to slow up the offense, get it out to Galbraith with 1 minute to go. Lauren Morris sets a screen. This space for Galbraith, and Galbraith connects. We're in a one-possession game.
Saints bench up off the seats.
Still in that 1-3-1 zone, I think. Callie McClave with it, guarded by Galbraith. Cross court. Open look from three-point land. Too strong, but an offensive board. Yes, it is. But stepping on the line, I believe Eternity Reed was touching the out-of-bounds line while she had her hand on the ball there. So it's going to go down as out-of-bounds on the Saints, technically. Because if you're touching the ball and you're touching out of bounds, it's out on you. I think that's what's called there. 10-second differential between game and shot into Callie McClave, and she puts it up and in. 4-point lead with 20 to go. Saints will hold for the last shot, and I'm sure Christy Martin gave her team a lesson and how to properly hold for the last shot. Take a little bit more time off than they did the last time. And let's see what Galbraith does.
5 seconds left.
Count it, and 1.
Galbraith putting the team on her back as we end the third quarter, just about. The long 3, now the 3 the hard way, possibly.
That was Amber Winkler called for the foul. She has 4, so even more so there is danger to look as right now.
A little cherry picking.
Yeah, a little cherry picking. The coach or the player would be pointed that one out as trying to leak out was one of the Wolves. Going to have to be a heave from half court. Ooh, way too long. Good thing the fans down there were looking up and paying attention for it. The Saints dominate the third quarter with a late surge. They outscore the Wolves 22-13. We got an exciting fourth for you. 1-point lead for the Western Oregon Wolves, but it's going to be a nail-biter to the end. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter on the Saints Digital Network. Back here in the fourth quarter, the start of the fourth quarter, 55-54 our score line. Let's kind of reset what's been going on. Kiana Rios with 18 points leads the St. Martin Saints and is tied with Callie McClave, who had 16, I believe, in the first half and held to 2 in the third, partly because she was sitting on the bench for a lot of it with 3 fouls. She still has 3, however, so that's a good sign for head coach Holly Howard-Carpenter. Lauren Morris nearly ties the game, gets her own rebound, puts the other one up, and then the ball is lost by Avery Oster to a jump ball going the way of the Western Oregon Wolves.
Missed opportunities. Morris could have tied the game twice.
Yeah, 2
Or
shots.
taking the lead, I should say.
Yeah. 54-55. Jump ball arrow now points the way of the Saints. They're starting off in a zone as a cross-court pass nearly intercepted by Galbraith. Now Callie McClave with it, shoots it over Lauren Morris. Missed, rebound Galbraith. Galbraith is double-teamed and the ball's taken away, and then a lot of contact, no call.
What is going on?
And the ball nearly stolen. Callie McClave is going to say, hey, let's chill out as we get locked up Lauren Morris and Dawkins down there. Foul called on Morris. She was deciphered as the offending party.
They call that, but not the previous bumper cars they were playing down low.
Every once in a while, we're seeing kind of an outspurt of, yeah, good phrase for it, bumper cars. And then we see, kind of some ticky-tacky stuff. You know me enough as, speaking of ticky-tack stuff, that was called a foul. Avery Oster put her hand on her hip, and unless it was before that, another close one called. So whatever the dust-up that happened between Morris and Dawkins was, I think the refs tightening their threshold here a little bit. Louis Kolk nearly carried there, then Dawkins puts it up and in. Yeah, you know me well enough to know that I prefer less whistles the better.
Speaking of.
Foul the other way. 3 fouls in just over a minute. And the Western Washington men's basketball team is getting ready to play the second half of this doubleheader. They're already full in the warm-ups, but they might want to hear the amount of whistles getting pulled and slow it down. Don't want to be a pitcher in baseball that warms up too soon. Galbraith trying to find Rios under the basket, maybe looking a little bit too hard for the open player there.
Got 3 Wolves in the passing lane.
Did you see, I think it was the last game, the last Seahawks game. I know you're a Seahawks fan. It was against the Chiefs where Geno Smith could have ran it for the first down. He ended up throwing it into double coverage, and it was incomplete. It's kind of like that situation. Just run for the first down. You don't need to always throw. I'm comparing every other sport other than basketball, it feels like today.
Hindsight, always 2020. 6 to shoot.
Galbraith driving inside.
Nice spin.
Can't put it in. Louis Kolk, good defense, and then gets the rebound. Now she's bringing it up. She's all alone. She floats it, and she airballs it. Rebound goes to the Saints out of bounds off of Western Oregon. Dawkins touched it last.
It's one of those, if you're Louis Kolk, you've got 4 teammates. You don't have numbers.
Yeah. I already mentioned it. She's 5'3". It's a fairly big 5'3" that she plays at. As something happened below the bucket. I'll tell you what. If I was out there playing, I would not be loving this right now because I love to bump around in the post.
Like now they're tightening the screws.
Yeah. We have the spinorama inbounds play. Gets it to Eternity Reed.
Oh, my. That's got to be a charge.
That is a charge called there as Arnston did her vocal training beforehand and made sure that you get that call with the audible that gets it.
We've seen a couple shoulders.
Yeah.
By each team now.
Yeah, there's going to be some bruised sternums tomorrow. 8 minutes to go. 3-point game. Driven inside. Dish to Dawkins. Dawkins way short. Rebound Louis Kolk. She gets to a spot where she can shoot it, and she flings it up with a miss. Still a one-possession game. It has been for the entirety of this fourth quarter. Galbraith to Rios. Man, if she would have hit her in a good spot there, Rios might have pulled up. This one's doinked around, gets it to Rios. 15 on the shot clock. Galbraith sets something up. Screen from Morris, not a strong roll. Galbraith, wow, nearly got that one to roll in from a dramatic angle. But it misses, and Pa'alui Kolk will take her time bringing it up. Oh, nearly got a 10-second violation actually there. Too much time taken as Holly Howard Carpenter had to urge her across the midway mark. Pa'alui Kolk, Bunny gets it to go. 5-point lead for the Wolves. Ryan Clear getting ready to come back in on 3 fouls.
Just going to say, see if Rios can get warmed back up. And there she goes.
Getting to the basket. We've seen her in the past. Her big scoring outings have come from 3-point balls. She has a couple today, but really driving the lane and looking good doing it. And that one is missed by Arzner and out of bounds. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that finishing motion that Kiana Rios has, especially when she gets to the right side of the bucket, is just so fluid. And she gets a lot of space there because now she is known as a shooting threat. One possession game, 59-56. Galbraith bringing it up. Ryan Clear with it. Kept her dribble going while she fell down there, then dished it to Lauren Morris. Ball's on the ground, and we got a foul called. Oh, no. Timeout. Timeout called by SMU. Ref throwing me off a little bit, raising a fist, I guess. We will take a quick break. 6:15 to go, 59-56, Saints ball. Inbounds coming. Eternity Reed will throw it in as we get a 4-low look. Lofted up and stolen by Anna McClave. Bad look off the inbounds. Chrissy Martin cannot be happy with that. Kiana Rios up in the grill, but then a bad pass the other way that works out. Gets it to Pa'alui Kolk, who then misses it from right under the basket.
Right place, right time, but unable to finish. Rios, though.
Oh, the reverse layup from Kiana Rios. Yet again, she's got 22 on the day. Oh, wide open look. What a dish there from Arzner. Wide open layup right back, 61-58. Galbraith with it. Galbraith picks up her dribble, gets it to Lauren Morris. Morris right back to Galbraith to get her new set of dribbles. This is Rios. She thought long and hard about hitting it from three-point land. Decides against it. Lauren Morris now down in the low block. She kicks it out to Clear. Galbraith, 5 on the shot clock. Galbraith under the bucket, flips it up, and it goes iron glass twine to make it a 1-point game.
Strong move in the lane. You said it right, Scott. The little flip up and in. Saints have never led in this contest.
They are within one, but they got to get a stop on defense as that The feet were not set from Kiana Rios, but they don't need to be set. It's just about initiating contact. And I'll tell you what, from our angle, which was very different than the one who called it, it looked like Kiana Rios was just trying to move and stay in front, which you are allowed to do as a defender. And you can go back and replay that and see what it looked like to you. We're going to take a quick break for a media timeout as Kiana Rios is still discussing that blocking call. We're going to take a break as well. We'll be right back on the other side of this media timeout. (61-60), Western Oregon leads with 4:51 to go. They will inbound under the basket, gets it into Winkler. She's on 4 fouls. Down to Dawkins. Dawkins guarded by Ryan Clear. Oh, and that one just gets the roll in. And again, that was a possession started with the controversial call, blocking call on Kiana Rios. So very well could have been a charge. Angel Galbraith will try to answer, and she does. The pump fake up and under. Gets it off glass to go, 63-62. Neither team is going to let this one slip away easy.
The Saints junior floor general putting the team on her back.
Winkler for 3, too long. Offensive rebound. Out to Winkler. Now it's Arzner. Arzner on line, but short. Rebound goes to Lauren Morris. She'll bring it up. Chance for the Saints to take the lead. Ryan Clear cannot connect. Rebound Winkler. Ryan Clear spent much of today's game on the bench with foul trouble. 3:50 to go. Could have given the Saints a 2-point lead if she connected from three-point land there. Arzner with it. She's been great off the bench for Western Oregon. Cross-court pass to Anna McClave. Now it's Arzner with it, guarded by Galbraith. McClave looking at her options. Callie McClave on the bench. Dawkins wide open. Nobody guarded her, and the shot was long. Rebound. It belongs to Shanoa Louie. Big board for the Saints, who have allowed a lot of offensive boards today. Dish from Galbraith. Perfect assist, perfect finish from Ryan Clear. Timeout, Western Oregon. The Saints, their first lead of the contest with 3:16 to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick break for the 30-second timeout. Saints up by 1. 3 minutes to go. Back here, there is 3 minutes and 16 seconds left on the clock. The home team, Saints, leading 64-63, their first lead of the contest. It has been a long journey back after falling behind 24-12 in the first quarter. But right now, Saints, a defensive stop. Huge.
Western Oregon hasn't scored since the 4:43 mark.
Paului-Kolk inside, blocked by Eternity Reed. Shot clock will not reset. Paului-Kolk gets it back, though. Goes cross court. Callie McClave. Off back iron. Nobody's there to guard Winkler, and Winkler gets the putback.
Callie McClave back in with those 4 fouls. She's been the point leading scorer for the Wolves. Had to sit on the bench with those 4 fouls.
Winkler also on 4 fouls, so keep an eye out for either of those players picking up one. Lauren Morris with it. She drives on Winkler. I think they're going to call Winkler for that because Dawkins was not there. It's going to be 2 shots, and it is Winkler with her 5th foul. She has fouled out of the contest. Starter for this Wolves squad. She gets 6 points, 6 rebounds. And again, that is her 5th foul. She just had what stands right now as the leading bucket. And if the score stayed the same for the final 2:26, which it won't, it would go down as the game-winning basket. Nevertheless, a huge offensive rebound and put back her penultimate act before fouling out, with the final act being the foul on Lauren Morris. Tie game, 65 apiece.
Morris now with 14 on the afternoon. Perfect from the free throw line, 5 of 5.
Holding my breath for the jinx there. Holding my breath to make sure you didn't do it. 6 for 6, and 66 is the score for the Saints, up 66-65 with just over 2 minutes to go. Callie McClave with 4 fouls. She has the ball right now. Trying to rotate the ball, but now finds her sister wide open in the corner, who drives and then flips it to another wide open Wolf on the other side. Missed layup, but the foul is on Lauren Morris, very similar to what we saw Morris draw on the other side of the court. Erica Glenn goes to the line.
Nice job by multiple Wolves there on that offensive set, not taking the long open 3, instead driving to the basket and getting the free throw opportunity, although first one is missed.
Yeah, chance to tie it here, and I was about to jinx her essentially because she's the best free throw shooter on this team, 93%. I didn't get it out. Maybe a
93.
mental jinx. Yeah, 13 for 14 from the line. Now she is 14 for 16 on the season, but only her second miss that free throw. 2 minutes to go, 66 apiece. Kiana Rios loses it, gets it back. Goes off glass with it, can't get it to go against Paului-Kolk. She gets the rebound, now Paului-Kolk brings it down. Anna McClave, Callie McClave, quick trigger for 3 and gets it to go. As soon as she touched the ball, she knew she was shooting, probably even before that. 3-point lead now with a minute and a half to go.
Leader for the Wolves, big shot.
Angel Galbraith gets it to Eternity Reed on the pick and roll. Jump ball will stay with the Saints. We've seen a handful of jump balls in this fourth quarter. The Saints started with it. Immediate jump ball went back to Western Oregon. And now the inbounds into Rios. Rios tries the same move that she just couldn't finish. That time she does. Off glass, 1-point game.
Rios now at 24. The Saints have 36 this half. Wolves only 27.
1 minute to go. Nearly a travel. And it ends up being a wide open layup for Callie McClave. Christy Martin very upset with the ref as she runs back right by the Saints head coach. Now wide open to the bucket. Missed the layup. Rebound goes to Lauren Morris. And then it was, oh my goodness, it did not go out of bounds. It looked.
The official standing on the baseline, the entire Saints team pointing to the baseline, thought it must have rolled onto it. The official's there and says no.
Says no, kept it inbound. Timeout to Western Oregon. They're up 3 with 45 to go. Sean, this is a one-possession game. It's Western Oregon ball, but at the same time, it's not a dead shot clock. So is Christy Martin probably just telling her team, you got to get a stop right now and then hope we get the ball back with 15 seconds or so to go?
Absolutely, because you put them at the free throw line, they're in the bonus. It's not a good idea because then you can easily go down 4 or 5. If you work your defense, play smartly, maybe get a steal, maybe they'll turn it over.
Nobody in foul trouble in major foul trouble right now for the Saints. 3 fouls on Ryan Clear and Lauren Morris. On the other side, Callie McClave, she's been hanging on with 4 fouls. Winkler is fouled out already. They will advance to the front court. 45.1 to go, 30 on the shot clock, of course, to start. And Pa Louis Kolk will inbound to Callie McClave.
Who wants their first conference victory?
It will be decided in the next 35 seconds. Pa Louis Kolk with it. Sets it up, 15 on the shot clock. They've burned it down halfway. Dawkins with it. Dawkins playing in place of the fouled out Winkler. Stolen almost by Galbraith. No, it gets to Pa Louis Kolk. She's double teamed. The ball is in and out, and a foul is called on Eternity Reed. They had her squared up in the double team.
On the bump? Is that what they're calling?
Yeah, that's the thing. Late in this game, when you get that double team, sometimes you're just too overeager. You don't realize you can just sit back, and especially they had the sideline as their friend. Now Pa Louis Kolk gets 2 free throws and makes the first 2-possession game with 20 seconds left.
Before that free throw, she was just 1 of 1 on the day from the line. Now 2 of 2. 3 of 3.
2 huge free throws as Christy Martin calls a timeout. 20.6 to go. Scott Gladstone, Sean Wally with you here from Marcus Pavilion in Lacey, Washington. Both the St. Martin's men's basketball team and Western Washington getting ready to go. And we invite you to tune into the broadcast on the different link after this one. But with 20.6 to go, what in a 5-point game are you in favor of? Let's do what we can to maybe take a little bit more time off and get a 3, or do we just try and get a quick bucket? What are you thinking?
Whatever you do, it has to be quick because you are down 2 possessions. So if you can work your way to the basket in the lane quickly within 5 seconds, great. If not, take the long 3 and see what happens.
Kiana Rios with 24 tonight. Angel Galbraith right behind her with 21. Lauren Morris also in double figures with 15.
You got to look for the hot hands, Rios, Galbraith.
And it will be a play, I think, drawn up for Rios. She drives to the bucket and can't make it go. Ball is out off of Western Oregon. But 6 crucial seconds tick off the clock for no points. Under the basket play now. Up top, Rios again will drive to the right side. Again, she misses that right-handed layup. And it's a timeout called by Holly Howard Carpenter. And likely that might be all she wrote.
It's unfortunate. 2 chances for Rios, wanting hopefully to find some contact, try to get to the line, maybe a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, but neither happens. Both shots missed, and now the Wolves get the ball back up 5, just 8 seconds left.
Yeah, both plays drawn up for Kiana Rios. Opted not to try and take 3-pointers. She's 3 for 5 from behind the arc tonight. Angel Galbraith on the other side, 3 for 3 from 3-point land. Callie McClave has her name all over this one on the Western Oregon side. 23 points, including 4 for 7 from 3-point land. And the biggest shot of the game, really, the 3-pointer that she made to give the Western Oregon Wolves the 71-68 lead. Since she made that 3, the Saints are scoreless. And right now, the Saints in almost desperation mode. Probably either trying to get a steal and then some very, very, very quick points, or a quick foul and some missed free throws. Anna McClave will inbound. On the floor is Dawkins, the other McClave, Erica Glenn, and Pa'alui Kolk. Inbounds was deflected, and it nearly goes out off of Western Oregon as Eternity Reed, with her wide wingspan, got a touch to the inbounds, and Angel Galbraith put it out off of her. And it'll be a technical foul on Eternity Reed because that's the second time she's been called for a delay of game because of infringing upon the
that's on purpose?
I mean,
or unaware of how close she was?
I think it just results in a free throw and then it goes back. And it does go down as a personal foul on Eternity Reed. It will be Erica Glenn shooting one free throw, two free throws. Yeah, so it's two free throws in the ball for that second delay of game there. And she makes both. And I hope it wasn't on purpose. That would have been a bad plan to give them two free throws and go again. I think just a little overeager, and she got that tip on the first one. And again, Eternity Reed guards the inbounds into Pa'alui Kolk. Angel Galbraith will foul her with 4.5 to go, but it would be something to go down in history if the Saints are able to find a win out of this one. Down 7 with 2 more free throws coming in. Again, Western Washington plays the host St. Martin Saints men's basketball. St. Martin's ranked 23rd in the country. Western Washington undefeated in GNAC play. 2 of the top scoring teams in Division II. They are the top scoring men's basketball teams in the GNAC. They both take a lot of three-pointers and they make a lot of them.
Live and die by the 3.
3 seconds left. Galbraith to the rack. Would have counted if it went, but instead it was a 9-point victory from Western Oregon. The 9-point victory doesn't tell the whole story. A minute and a half to go. It was a tie game at 68 apiece. Some garbage time points expanded the margin of victory. But man, Sean, we got a treat here, especially considering the first quarter that was all Western Oregon.
Saints didn't have the lead until late in the fourth quarter. It's unfortunate they couldn't hold on. Huge afternoon from Rios, Galbraith, Lauren Morris chiming in with 15. Just not enough here on this New Year's Eve.
We should be having a post-game interview with just head coach Christy Martin, so stick around on the broadcast to hear her closing remarks on this final game for her team of 2022. Stick around on the broadcast. If you want to just watch more basketball, then go eat some dinner and come back and join the other link for the Western Washington St. Martin's men's basketball game. Sean and I will be here for that. But again, stick around. Post-game interview coming right up. Scott Gladstone here with head coach Christy Martin after the loss to Western Oregon. Coach, let's start it off with that first quarter that, it was a tough start, maybe part of the 3-week layoff kind of that was getting back into competition mode.
Right.
What did you tell your team after the first quarter? You guys were down 24-12 in order to just claw back into this game and, end up with a tie game and a chance to win it with, about a minute and a half left.
Yeah, Western Oregon had the same 3 weeks off, Scott. So I don't think that's any excuse. Our game plan was to make sure that we were smothering shooters, we were keeping control of the ball handler and really making sure to keep them in front of us, and we just didn't do that. Anyone on that team, they spread us and they got to the rim, and then they were able to kick and made some great passes for wide open threes, and we didn't rotate. We didn't do really anything that we've been working on for the week. And it's frustrating because if you come to our practices, we work on defense constantly, and there's no way you're going to beat anybody giving up 24 points in a quarter and 22 points in the fourth. Like, we've got to lock down a lot better. We've got to have a lot more heart.
Offensively, at this point, we really know what to expect from Angel. She's gonna get a lot of assists. She's gonna get a lot of points. On the other side, I think Kiana Rios took another step up today, and she did show a lot of that ability to, now that she's recognized as a shooter, score around the bucket and continue to take that stride. What can you say about just her continual trajectory throughout the year, especially for somebody that you might not have expected to be such a contributor in this season?
The thing that makes Kiana Rios so good is that she is probably the most coachable player I've ever had. And anytime you tell her something, she listens intently, and then she does it. And she is getting better every practice. Like, there is not a practice she goes to that she's not improving. And she just does everything that we ask, and we only have to tell her one time to do things. She's incredible that way. And then she outworks people. And Angel, she had a bum leg this entire time and didn't complain, didn't ask to get taken out. She played 38 minutes, and she's just got so much heart and toughness. And I'd really like to see our team have a lot more toughness in them.
Okay, well, that'll kind of segue into my final question then. Tonight, of course, New Year's night. We start a new year tomorrow, and maybe a good chance for you guys to refresh going into the grind of conference season. What is kind of your resolution, I guess, your New Year's resolution for this team? You mentioned toughness. What else you want to see from this team when we get into, the grind of conference play in January?
Just trusting what we're doing, staying committed. This is a really great group of girls, and they are fun to coach. They have great attitudes. They want to win. They love each other. They work hard. We just have to stay this course and understand that if we continue to do what we're doing, good things are going to happen. It might not just be automatically, early, but we're going to get there. We have 6 freshmen, and, we have a lot of players that are new. And so that's something that we're going to have a little bit of a lag to start, and we had all that stuff happen. So we just got to stay the course.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
The final score of this one, the St. Martin Saints lose by 9 to Western Oregon. Again, we invite you to tune into the men's broadcast starting up in 24 minutes as I'm looking at the clock. So, again, grab some good dinner. Continue to celebrate your New Year's Eve with us. My name is Scott Gladstone for Sean Wally. We'll see you in 2023.